dawn of virtue, ancient wisdom for the modern soul. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts, as the morning light reveals the path ahead. In a world that seeks to control your perceptions, imagine possessing the tranquility of mind that remains undisturbed by fortune's tempests. This is not merely power, but divine liberation. The ancient Stoics understood that mastery lies not in commanding the world, but in governing that which lies within our dominion, our judgments, our responses, our soul's disposition. Their wisdom transcends time, speaking to us now with the same clarity as it did in the courts of Rome and the agoras of Athens. This discourse shall illuminate the path of morning virtue, that you might greet each dawn not with reluctance, but with purpose worthy of a philosopher king. The search for one's divine purpose. As morning stars fade into daylight, so too must you seek your unique purpose, what the Eastern sages term ikigai, but what Stoics recognized as one's role in the cosmic order. Consider how your natural talents interweave with the world's needs, creating a tapestry of meaning unique to your existence. Marcus Aurelius did not merely endure the weight of empire. He embraced it as his sacred duty, his contribution to the cosmic whole. When you align daily tasks with deeper purpose, even mundane actions shine with significance. Ask yourself, what work am I fashioned to perform in this vast theater of life? What contribution honors both my nature and the needs of humankind? The answers may not reveal themselves immediately. Truth rarely arrives unannounced. Yet in this patient seeking lies wisdom. When purpose guides your rising, the morning holds no dread, but only promise. Remember that transformation unfolds not in sudden revelation, but in faithful practice. As a craftsman shapes wood through consistent effort, so too must you shape your life's purpose through daily intention. Your unique role in the cosmic order awaits not your discovery, but your creation through virtuous action. Preparation, as the sun retreats. The wise general prepares for battle not when horns sound, but in peaceful moments preceding conflict. Similarly, the quality of your dawn begins with the discipline of your dusk. The evening offers not merely rest, but preparation for virtuous living. As the sun retreats, so too should you withdraw from life's commotion. The Stoics taught that sleep is not merely physical renewal, but preparation of the soul for forthcoming duties. Seneca advised reviewing one's day before sleep, examining conscience and setting intention for the morrow. This is not idle reflection, but purposeful contemplation. Eschew the modern sirens that beckon through glowing screens and endless diversions. Instead, cultivate evening rituals that honor nature's rhythm. Limit sensory stimulation as darkness falls. Note tomorrow's essential tasks, not as burdens, but as opportunities to exercise virtue. Practice deep breathing to calm the mind's turbulence. These are not mere habits but philosophical acts. Recognition that while you cannot control tomorrow's events, you may prepare the mind that will receive them. In this preparatory discipline lies freedom. When head meets pillow, let it be with purpose set and mind unburdened, ready for restorative slumber that shall fuel tomorrow's excellence. The sanctuary of undisturbed dawn. The early hours offer sacred solitude, a sanctuary where wisdom may speak in whispers rather than compete with worldly clamor. Guard these precious moments from intrusion, particularly from the constant demands of our interconnected age. Marcus Aurelius wrote not of digital distractions, yet knew well the importance of undivided attention. Counseling, do not be drawn this way and that by the outer show of things. In those first waking moments, resist the urge to immediately connect with external worlds. This is not rejection of duty, but recognition that duty requires centered presence. Would a sculptor immediately soil his hands with clay before contemplating his vision? Would a general read dispatches before setting his mind to strategy? Reserve the dawn's first light for activities that nourish the soul. Philosophical reflection, meditative walking, contemplation of great texts, or simply gazing upon nature's beauty with full attention. These are not frivolous indulgences, but essential investments in the day's quality. By preserving space free from external demands, you create a reservoir of tranquility that shall sustain you through inevitable challenges ahead. The mind, undisturbed at daybreak, is like well-prepared soil, ready to receive whatever seeds the day might plant. The discipline of honoring time. The cosmos moves in ordered patterns. Celestial bodies follow their appointed courses with unerring precision. By waking at consistent hours, we honor Chronos and align ourselves with nature's rhythms. Stoicism teaches not merely endurance of hardship, but active engagement with life through disciplined intention. Rising at appointed hours, regardless of desire, embodies this philosophy in practice. This consistency becomes not merely habit but cornerstone virtue, establishing order amidst life's chaos. It serves as foundation for all subsequent actions, ensuring we begin not in haste, but with measured intention. The sage does not await motivation, but creates it through commitment to principle. Yet consistency challenges our nature. When comfort beckons from warm blankets, remember that you forge character in these small resistances. Each victory over immediate desire strengthens the soul. As Epictetus taught, if you wish to be a good man, first believe you are wicked. Acknowledge your inclination toward comfort, then transcend it through philosophical commitment. The consistent riser creates not merely a morning routine, but a character defined by self-mastery, honoring agreements made with oneself. Each morning you rise as promised. You strengthen the belief that you are one whose word, even to yourself, remains unbroken. The virtue of self-compassion. Amidst discussions of discipline and consistency, we must remember that the Stoic path embraces not harsh self-criticism, but understanding of human nature. Marcus Aurelius counseled himself repeatedly to practice forgiveness, not only toward others, but toward his own imperfections. The pursuit of morning virtue must be tempered with gentle acknowledgement of our humanity. When sleep proves too sweet, or the body resists the mind's commands, respond not with self-condemnation, but with philosophical acceptance. The Stoic recognizes that progress comes not through perfect adherence to ideals, but through persistent return to the path when we inevitably stray. This compassion is not weakness disguised as kindness, but wisdom that recognizes lasting change requires patience with our nature. When the alarm sounds and your body resists, acknowledge the feeling without judgment. Then, with gentle determination, choose virtue anyway. Should you fail today, remember that tomorrow brings renewal, another opportunity to align intention with action. The sage knows that self-compassion and discipline are not opponents, but companions on the philosophical journey. True strength lies not in never falling, but in rising with dignity after each stumble, learning from the experience rather than being diminished by it. The nobility in small disciplines. Consider the humble act of arranging one's sleeping quarters upon rising. This seemingly insignificant deed contains profound philosophical import. It is not mere tidiness, but symbolic affirmation that order prevails over chaos, intention over circumstance. By straightening bedclothes and organizing quarters, you declare, I am one who creates order, beginning with my immediate domain. These small disciplines, placing your alarm at distance requiring physical movement, preparing garments the evening prior, committing first actions to consistent ritual, collectively forge a character resistant to whim and impulse. As Seneca observed, virtue comes through preparation to meet the challenge of difficulty. Each minor act of discipline casts a vote for the person you aspire to become. The cumulative effect transforms not merely surroundings, but character. The sage recognizes that great virtues manifest first in humble tasks, faithfully executed. Water shapes stone not through force, but through persistent, gentle action. So too does character form through daily disciplines, almost imperceptible in isolation, yet profound in accumulation. Embrace these small morning rituals not as trivial habits, but as philosophical declarations. In arranging physical space, you create corresponding order in mental landscapes. In attending to modest tasks with full presence, you rehearse the attention you shall bring to weightier matters. the fellowship of philosophical companions. No philosopher, however steadfast, walks the path of wisdom entirely alone. Even Seneca sought counsel and correspondence with like minds. In sharing our philosophical journey with trusted companions, we find both strength and accountability. The morning's resolutions gain power when witnessed by another soul committed to virtue. Seek one whose values mirror your aspirations, with whom you might share intentions and acknowledge struggles. This is not dependence, but recognition of our social nature. The companion in philosophy becomes mirror, witness, and gentle challenger, reflecting both our progress and our inconsistencies. This relationship flows both ways. In supporting another's journey, we strengthen our own resolve. As we encourage a companion's adherence to morning virtue, we reinforce these principles within ourselves. Through mutual accountability, we create a sacred space where intentions transform into consistent action. The true philosophical friendship transcends mere pleasant association, becoming instead a crucible where character forms through honest reflection and shared commitment to excellence. Morning intentions spoken aloud to a worthy companion gain substance, transforming from abstract aspirations to concrete commitments. Together, you build not merely habits, but interwoven lives directed toward virtue. The morning meditation on mortality. As dawn breaks, contemplate this sobering truth. Not all who slept last night awakened to see this day. Each morning granted is not entitlement but privilege, a gift that shall eventually be withdrawn. This meditation, Memento Mori, stands as cornerstone of Stoic wisdom, not to darken joy, but to illuminate it against life's brevity. Marcus Aurelius began many mornings reminding himself, "You may not wake tomorrow." This was no morbid obsession, but clarifying meditation that stripped away triviality. When we acknowledge each day might be our last, petty concerns diminish, while meaningful action gains urgency. Morning routines become not mere habits but sacred rituals, honoring the finite nature of our existence. This contemplation transforms how we approach each day, not as endless succession of tomorrows, but as unique opportunity to embody virtue, to create meaningful legacy, to love deeply those entrusted to our care. By keeping death as morning companion, we paradoxically enhance life's vibrancy and focus. The philosopher who remembers mortality wastes no dawn on meaningless pursuits. Each sunrise becomes precious canvas for creating a life worthy of remembrance. This meditation on finitude grants freedom from procrastination's chains. Today becomes not one among countless days, but potentially the final opportunity to live according to nature's highest calling. The wisdom in contemplating loss. The Stoics practiced an exercise seemingly contrary to modern positivity. They deliberately imagined losing what they valued, not from morbid fascination, but to cultivate both resilience and gratitude. Each morning, spend moments visualizing potential challenges, from minor inconveniences to significant losses, not to invite misfortune, but to prepare the soul for life's inevitable fluctuations. This practice, premeditatio malorum, serves as psychological armor against fortune's arrows. By rehearsing potential difficulties, you develop resilience before challenges arise. The warrior who has mentally rehearsed battle faces it with greater composure than one who has lived only in imagined victory. Yet paradoxically, this contemplation of loss deepens appreciation for present blessings. When you imagine life without beloved companions, meaningful work, or physical health, you return to present reality with renewed gratitude for what remains, however temporarily, within your possession. Apply this ancient wisdom by briefly envisioning potential challenges in your coming day. Consider how you might respond with virtue rather than reaction. Then, having prepared for difficulties, release these visualizations and proceed with the quiet confidence of one who has already faced the worst inwardly and discovered sufficient resources to meet it with dignity. The Sage's Gratitude Ritual. As the philosopher prepares to engage fully with the day ahead, one essential practice remains: the contemplation of gratitude. The Stoics understood that contentment flowered not from possessing more, but from wanting less, from recognizing the abundance already present in one's life. Each morning, before turning to external duties, pause to acknowledge specific gifts already granted. Begin with breath itself, the fundamental gift that sustains all others. Extend awareness to physical comforts, to relationships that sustain the soul, to opportunities for meaningful work. This is not mere positivity, but philosophical recognition that much of what brings true joy lies already within our possession, requiring only our mindful acknowledgement. Epictetus, born into slavery, still found reason for gratitude in each dawn. If he, facing such constraints, could recognize life's gifts, how much more might we discover? The practice trains perception to find sufficiency where untrained eyes see only scarcity. By beginning each day in gratitude, we orient the mind toward abundance rather than lack, toward appreciation rather than craving. This morning ritual becomes transformative lens through which we view subsequent experiences. Having acknowledged life's gifts explicitly, we move through hours with greater awareness of beauty and goodness that might otherwise pass unnoticed. The grateful philosopher walks differently in the world, seeing not what is missing, but what is offered, living in harmony with cosmic order. As we conclude this meditation on morning virtue, remember that these practices serve a greater purpose than mere productivity or personal satisfaction. The Stoic path seeks alignment with nature's wisdom, with the logos that permeates all existence. Through these morning disciplines, we attune ourselves to the cosmic order, becoming vessels through which reason and virtue flow into the world. Each dawn represents cosmic renewal, the universe remaking itself moment by moment. In our morning rituals, we participate consciously in this eternal process of creation and transformation. We become not merely observers of natural order, but active participants in its unfolding, aligning our minds and actions with the rational principles that govern existence. The philosopher who rises with intention, who prepares with foresight, who accepts limitations with grace, who finds gratitude amidst impermanence, this soul walks in harmony with nature's wisdom. Such alignment brings not merely personal peace, but contributes to universal harmony. As Marcus Aurelius observed, he who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe. Let your morning practices therefore transcend mere habit. Let them become conscious communion with the eternal principles that govern all things. In the quiet dawn, before the world's demands crescendo, listen for the subtle guidance of universal reason. Then carry this wisdom, this alignment with nature's intelligence, into every interaction, every decision, every moment of your waking hours. Thus shall your days unfold not as random succession of events to be weathered, but as meaningful participation in the cosmic dance. The philosopher's morning becomes not preparatory ritual, but life itself in microcosm, an expression of the very virtues you seek to embody throughout all your days under heaven's gaze.